Hey, welcome back to Cool and Stu. I'm Cool and he's Stu.
Yeah, what he said. So we're doing something a little different today. As you can see, this is not
Oh Lord, he pulled everything. I forgot about that.
on bursting. This is not your normal Cool and Stu video. This is some World of Warcraft-age.
Something we've been doing.
Yeah. So me and Cool Kid play a lot of World of Warcraft, and we decided that we kind of want to bring it to the channel. So yeah, let us know if you like this, because we'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, we might still keep doing it.
We do keys all day, every day.
Yeah.
So
yeah, in the background right now we have some footage from a plus 11 that we ran, which we ended up like 2-chesting. Footage courtesy of Hyper
Hyper
the God.
He wanted to be here to talk to y'all about it, but we didn't really have time. So
Yeah, is what it is.
but in future videos, he probably will be featured to talk.
Yeah.
Along with us.
By the way, if you're paying attention to the video, this is the expert route. So if you ever wanted to know the expert route for Freehold, this is it.
Yeah, at least for the bursting week, for sure.
Yeah.
This route makes sure when we get the reaping, if you see the spirits on the ground, that's called reaping.
Yep.
So it happens that every 20%, all these spirits will attack us all at once and just come at us, or no matter where we're at on the map.
Yep. It's a pretty horrible.
So
Pretty horrible thing.
pretty much what happens is this expert route is also to make sure that when the reaping comes out, we're not in the middle of something big that might actually wipe us.
Yep. So thing about Mythic Plus is it's really fun.
What is Hyper doing?
I don't even know.
Why is he back
He's just standing here.
Oh, you know what? I think he had a cooldown on his potion. Because remember,
that's
he had used
it. That's it. We messed up the
He'd
the
used it right
beginning.
Before
yeah. So for the expert route of this, you pull all that trash at the beginning, and then skip what's on that bridge right there. Come do this, and that's just enough to cause reaping right before the first boss. So, but his potions were on cooldown for whatever reason.
Our characters mine's the cool kid,
and I'm Lantharion,
and he's Lantharion, and so for this whole next part, Stewie will be dead because
I'm dead.
Stewie's a retard.
I'm a meathead,
And he got hit by backhand.
I did.
And if you get hit by backhand on this high of a key, you're pretty much dead.
Yeah. So, cool kid, tell me this: what do you think are necessities as far as add-ons go for M+?
As far as add-ons, necessities, DBM for sure.
Yeah.
GTFO, you don't want to be standing in anything, and if you are, you want to
have it
know
known to with a very loud, annoying buzzer.
Yeah, it's really annoying, but it'll save you in the end.
It will. This is the reaping wave, by the way.
Yeah, this is
everything you've killed comes back in the afterlife and tries to haunt
you. Weak auras is really good.
Yes.
You want to make sure you're paying attention to every different kind of thing the dungeon has. If it's a boss mechanic or if it's just a dungeon mechanic that you could tell, like explosive. You could have a little icon on above your head saying, "Hey, there's this many explosives out there," or like you're bursting stacks. You want to make sure you're not bursting too many stacks. Other than that, the method dungeon tool is really cool because it helps you map out the dungeon. Like before you go in, you know what you're pulling, you know how much percent it gives you, and all of that. So that's a really helpful one. It's not really needed though.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing here. I was dead and I was just trolling them so hard. Oh man, but yeah, Method Dungeon Tools is a really cool add-on. I love that add-on. You can plan your own routes, or you can import routes from online, and that's probably even better of a tool.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, so the expert route is it's from Raider.io.
Yeah, they have a weekly little news thing. It's called the Weekly Route, and it gives you the best route in basic form and expert form for each dungeon, for each affix.
So we've been trying a lot of those on smaller keys, trying to get them perfected. and just trying them out. So like on this plus 11, this is the first time we actually did this expert route, and we did really well.
Yeah, we
considering.
did. Yeah. We obviously, you see, we messed up the beginning, but it ended up being a lot better. And just go and look at that stuff and planning ahead for it in general really helps you pass keys more efficiently.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like I said, we were able to +2 this because we went and look up a simple route. So
I will say I really like Hyper's party frames.
I know, me too. I think I might import them.
Yeah, same.
Really think I might import them. I wonder what add-on he has
They
for
look
that.
really cool.
They do. Yeah, I'm stealing that.
It is Tyrannical week, which means the bosses has 20% more health and 20% more damage.
Yes. Those go on a 2-week cycle. So every key either has Fortified or Tyrannical, and it goes every other week for each. So this week's Tyrannical, the boss has 40% more health. I believe.
I think it is 40%.
I'm pretty sure it's 40. Yeah.
You could check on that. But
yeah, the boss has more health and deals more damage, and then on the other weeks it's Fortified, which it's the same thing except it's all the non-boss enemies.
So that's why you're gonna see when we get into boss fights, they take quite a while. Where the mobs itself, we just pretty much smack and it's done.
Yeah. And obviously right here, somebody's gonna get hit by a brittle backhand.
Is it
probably gonna be me?
No, it was Icaros. Also, Icaros is our friend Tyler, and I forgot how to say his name. The tank. How do you say his name? Sumerian.
Sumerian, yeah.
Sumerian.
Pretty sure.
Some random dude we met online, made friends with. Pretty cool dude, and we just run keys as this group. This is the 5-person.
The lesson of that is make friends online and have a solid group, and don't pull the trash you're not supposed to pull.
Who pulled that? It was me.
No, wait, you pulled that? Oh,
I died, so I'm guessing it was me.
Person. But no, really, make friends online and make a solid group that you can communicate with, because passing high keys is all about communication. It really is. It's not about, just passive skill or anything like that, or, what weak auras you have on to be able to keep track of things. It's communication. And if you have good communication in your team, you're going to be able to do high keys much easier.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact of the keys is just having everybody knowing what they have to do.
Yeah. It really is.
You have one person not knowing what's happening or not knowing their class well enough, not pulling enough DPS, the tank's not tanking the right stuff, or he's pulling too much, or it's not pulling fast enough, then the keys is just not going to go well. You have to know. Everybody has to know what they're doing, pretty much.
100%. By the way, Tyrannical is 40% more health and inflict up to 15% increased damage.
Okay, so that's what it is.
Yep. And
what's Fortified then?
Is it 20%? Fortified is 20% more health and 30% increased damage.
Oh, okay. So
yes.
That's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of reversed the
roles.
Right.
And by the way, the other fixes on this key are bursting, which whenever you kill a non-boss enemy, it causes all players to get a tick of 5% of their health for 4 seconds. So the whole point of that is that you don't kill everything at once, like we do sometimes.
Well,
but we were able to handle it. We had a good healer.
Yeah, we had a good healer, and if you see us kill like more than 5 enemies, usually we have immunities.
Yeah,
or immune everything.
Like there's a few times in here actually where we see that there's a big old pack of trash and we just burst it down and all pop immunities, or we'll put down darkness as demon hunters or something like that. Put something to help it out. That way we can just burst all that stuff down and hurry up and get it over with, but not die at the same time.
Dude, we fight so much.
Dude, we do. We fight.
Like, we're just screaming at each other at this point. Like, just
Yeah. Sorry, we scrubbed the audio because we didn't want y'all to hear all that junk. But yeah, we are just fighting this entire key.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny actually, because even though like even though we're really into the key and really focused and everything like that, we're just memeing each other the entire time and fighting and messing around. It's pretty funny. But anyway, yeah. So bursting and the other one is skittish, where basically it's really hard for the tank to keep aggro on
Especially
everything.
with like a damage that I
Yes.
and Hunter and Stewie does.
Yes.
Like we all just pull aggro off of him
We do,
instantly.
because we do a lot of all demon hunters and mages have a lot of burst.
Yeah.
So it's pretty hard for a tank to keep aggro a lot of the times. But yeah.
And I don't know if y'all see the damage on the screen. Most of it's in like the thousands. Like you got your 2,000. Sometimes you get your 10,000. Sometimes your 15,000s. Well,
Yep.
my mage, there's a specific combo I do where I increase my crit strike literally to 100%, and I do one big move, and I can crit up to like 170,000.
Look at that reaping wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
And
like the other
when I
day.
do that crit, it instantly pulls aggro off the tank.
Yeah,
Like,
it does. Like the other day, he had a glacial spike for like 186k, and I'm sure that's not the highest glacial spike that's ever been hit. So
no,
like, yeah,
it's the highest one I've hit, but
you
I'm
will
sure there's
instantly
one.
you know when Cool Kid hits a glacial spike, because A, you see the health bar jump down, and B, you instantly see the
You're
aggro
about
shift.
to see it right here. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so
And now we're on to the second boss.
Yeah. Captain Jolly. Oh boy. So
you want to explain like how this boss works? Like
yeah, so
on all 3 weeks.
every week there is a different method that you get to be able to skip one of the 3 like boss ads here, because there's 3. You only end up having to fight 2 though, because there's always a skip for one. This week in particular, there's a little fox guy you can talk to. He is a fox, right? Is he one of them?
Yeah, he's a fox.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He's one of them fox guys.
Fox
There's a
race.
name for that race, but I don't know it.
We'll just call it the fox race.
We'll call him the fox race. That we really hope turns into a sub race for goblins. But anyway, you talk to him and you get drunk, and the other guy is like, "Oh, well, you know what? Y'all are cool because y'all party, so I'm not gonna fight y'all." Pretty
'Cause y'all
much.
party.
Pretty
So,
much. What happens the other 2 weeks?
The other 2 weeks, you have one where you have to chase a pug around. The pug has a keychain.
Oh, yep.
A key on
I
his,
remember that
his
one.
collar.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much chase him around, and then you catch him. You get the key, you unlock person, and then he's like, "Oh, you unlocked my friend. I'm on your team now."
Yep.
And then the other one is you have to fight a brawl out.
Yeah.
It's
There's
bunch
a
of people.
full out bar brawl.
Probably the hardest
pretty
week,
much.
honestly.
Yeah.
It's actually really aggravating. but-
Especially if it would be a week like this where you have bursting and you can't just take the whole pack down at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last week it was sanguine with them, and it was really aggravating.
Yes.
But if y'all see these little brown swirlies on the ground,
Yeah, that's another
not
important
the big
thing.
ones. Like that's a big one right there. But like if you'll see these small ones, what they do is when you have the fox chick on your team, she'll throw these brews at you, and you get like 50% more crit or 50% more haste, and it really helps.
Yes.
speed
Now
up the
be
boss
wary,
fight.
because there are bad barrel smashes.
Yep,
There
there
are.
And,
So you have to be very careful
we
about
can't
it.
actually, me and Stewie can't actually see which ones are bad, which
That's
ones are
right.
good.
But I
We
think
have Hyper telling us everything. He's like, okay, this one's haste. This one's
yeah.
crit.
Yeah. So as we said earlier, this is the expert route for Freehold. So we did a little thing at the beginning. We skipped some of the trash. We got reaping before the first boss. And then we came here, skipped around most of that trash up top, and pulled boss here. What we're going to do now is skip to the last boss, because it's actually faster to go take care of that and then take care of the third boss.
Yeah.
So
And pretty much reason why we do that, I don't think we actually did it in this one. So it would have been the same thing if we went to the shark or went to this one. But what you usually do is you usually lust on that second boss. And
Yes.
So you'll go kill Harlan's first. Well, Harlan's is the last boss. And you won't lust on him. You'll kill him normally. And then when you go over to the shark boss, you want to have that lust for him, because he's pretty much the hardest boss.
he is.
Just because a lot of the damage you have to, like, if you're melee, you have to get off of him. If you're range, you have to run from a shark. So I can't be casting the whole time. So it just takes forever because you're doing the mechanics, so it's easier just to get them done with the lust, and it just makes it a lot easier.
It is, yeah. Something that is also very important for M+, and it goes along with what you just said, is saving your big cooldowns for the important stuff.
Yeah.
You don't just want to lust on every single boss that you have lust available for. You want to save it for those key moments. And that's kind of an obvious thing to say, but it's something that needs to be said. Because it's really easy to just, even as a demon hunter, it's really easy just to say, okay, well, it's a boss. I'm going to meta. Okay? And then you meta and you didn't think about it too much, but you're going straight to the next boss fight after that, and you don't have meta, and you really would have needed meta for that fight. Because meta's on a 4-minute cooldown.
That fight could be harder. And
it is, yeah. There's lots of things you need to think about as far as cooldowns and what you want to use them on.
Yeah, so like on Tyrannical Week, you pretty much always want to have lust for those specific bosses. Some of them you could deal without lust. Some of them it makes it a hell lot easier, like the shark boss.
Yes.
But like for a fortified week, sometimes it's better to lust on like trash packs.
It is.
Like, so the tank will pull like 20 plus mobs because you could take them out really fast. And if you lust on those 20 plus mobs, you know, a healer could hit his defensive cooldowns, the tank could survive, and then we all just hit everything we have, kill all 20 of those guys within like 5 seconds. And, you know, so that's 20 mobs that you just got rid of in 5 seconds instead of, you know, taking your time and just wasting time trying to get them all down.
And not only that, but on fortified weeks, they hurt. So the quicker you can just burst them down, the better. And some of those packs, it's just straight up easier if you pull more and lust.
Yeah. So you want to explain these marks?
Okay, yeah. So this is a really good strat for this boss that I actually don't see many people use.
No,
but
we use it. Somebody had told somebody had told me the strat, and I was like, wait, this is actually really cool.
Yes. So as you see, we all started on Moon. And then when we get Barrage, instead of just one person taking it out, we just all move and take the boss with us. So what happens is you start on that Moon, you go to Triangle. After that, the next time Barrage comes out, we slowly walk right here to Circle. And once we get to Circle, before the next Barrage, you see the first set disappeared. So we can walk back to Moon very slowly. And just keep going in that triangle pattern like that. We never have to worry about Barrage like that.
Yeah,
it's a really awesome strat. It makes this boss 100 times easier. Definitely recommend that strat to anybody.
When he does the wind pushes everybody back. Pretty much doing this strat, you always have a wall to hit when you get pushed by the wind. So you'll never fall off the edge because there's an invisible wall right there. You're never going to get knocked into the other mobs because your back is faced towards the wall.
Yep.
When we're at Triangle, there's that little crate. If you put your back to it, that little crate will block you from flying, 20 feet away from the boss.
Yes.
So it's pretty easy.
Now, this isn't a good representation, but that ad that you saw, we always just let that thing hit us because we're horrible people.
We don't deal with it.
But you should CC it away from the group and not let it hit the group.
Yeah. So usually... like a demon hunter will imprison it, or like a hunter will freeze trap it.
Yes.
I think I could polymorph it as a mage. I'm not sure. I never tried.
No, that's harder to manage on a tyrannical week because the boss fight lasts so much longer, and if you just CC them and not deal with them, you're gonna end up with 3 or 4 ads that you have to manage CCs on.
No, that's wrong. See, okay.
Really?
So what happens is, the reason why you CC it, and on any week, it doesn't matter. He has a timer. He has a bomb on him. You see the bar right now. You can see the bar. Once that bar reaches 0, wherever he's at, he explodes. Or if he gets to his target, he automatically
So you just stop the cast. I'm sorry about that. You just stop the cast, and then you can burn it down with the boss.
No, that's still wrong.
What?
You imprison him from far away from your group. Whenever he spawns, you imprison him, and that bar is just going to go down, and he's going to explode wherever he's at. You don't want to be next to him so you don't take the damage. The next one comes out, you imprison that next one.
See, even Stewie's learning
and then
stuff.
He's going to explode. So that's the reason you do it. You're not going to have like 3 mobs after you because they're always just going to explode.
Dang.
They'll explode either when that bar ends or if they reach their target. You don't want them to reach the target because then it hurts. This was a plus 11. It wasn't that hurtful. We had a good healer. He could keep us up, so we didn't really deal with it. But
Yep.
getting into the hierarchies, plus 15s to plus 18s, you really cannot let them hit you. It's gonna be a wipe.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's another lesson. Never think you know it all.
Yeah, never think you know it all.
I definitely don't think I know it all because I know that I am far from knowing it all. I myself am just getting into like Mythic Plus and learning all these dungeons.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of information to take in.
Stewie's about the newest one out of all of us.
I
We have
am.
to teach him everything. So
It's definitely a lot to take in, but definitely don't get overwhelmed by it. Like
yeah.
learn it. Take your time to learn it, and don't pull half the dungeon.
We pulled 3 big guys. I forgot about
Don't,
that.
whatever you do, don't pull half the dungeon. Please, for the love of God.
No, don't just keep pulling.
Yeah.
You want to
don't overestimate.
It's also like you have to test out like with your group, especially if you're running with the same group, like you
Yeah.
can test out and know exactly what you could handle as a group.
Yeah.
So like we know we could handle this. Like we have 3 big guys. We knew we could handle it.
Yeah.
So we did
But
it.
at the same time, if you're running with a pug group, you probably shouldn't do something like this because if you don't know how those other players handle everything, and especially if you're not in like voice chat or something, you're not able to communicate to put down cooldowns or anything like that, and it can really end badly for you.
Yeah.
See, like right here, we double darkness, and we only really were able to communicate with that because we were in voice chat. If you were in like a pug group on a plus 11 and didn't have that communication wall, then you probably would die on this. It would be pretty bad.
Yeah, we actually almost died there because we staggered our stacks.
Yeah, we did. And that's an important thing to watch on bursting week is that you don't stagger your stacks.
Well, you wanna stagger it, but what I meant by stagger.
Well, yeah.
We were trying to stagger it, and like right before one fell off, we accidentally put another one on.
Yeah, we
which
were
hurts
staggering it in the
really
wrong
bad.
way.
Yeah.
Like if
So like pretty much on this, like if you want to do, you want to get 3 to 4 stacks, 5 stacks at max,
and 5 if you have a good healer.
So yeah, and you only want to do that if you're like gonna kill everything almost like at the same time.
Yeah.
If you let you do 4 stacks and then you let it get down to like 1 second, and then you put a 5 and it refreshes the stacks, and then you done took that whole 4 stack debuff. So once it gets to the 5, like the healer is pretty much just gonna let y'all die. Like,
yeah.
There's nothing he could do about that.
That's it right there.
And then we pulled the turtle.
and then we pulled the turtle.
We definitely messed up a lot in this.
Yes, we did. So that's another thing. Lots of other things. When you think that you're not going to pass a key, don't just give up.
Yeah.
Because you can always turn it around. Too many times I've seen people who they like die twice and then they get pissed off and leave.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You can always turn a key around. Like with how many times we messed up this 11, we still were able to +2 it. Like you can always turn a key around.
Okay, spoilers.
What we've said that 100 times.
I don't think we said we +2'd it.
Yeah. Yeah. I said that right at the beginning.
Damn.
Just cut it out. It's fine.
Spoilers. I'll cut it out.
It's in the title.
No, it says the title is +11 Freehold Expert Route. That's literally it.
Okay. Well, you're going to skip all this. There's our skip point.
I'm just going to bleep it like you cursed. Right?
A plus beep.
A plus beep. Oh, a what?
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, so right here, we're just trying to get % right before the boss spawns. And the boss already spawned. We're just finishing this pack off.
Yep. I think we get reaping after.
Yeah.
So that is another important thing.
No,
On
we won't get. Oh yeah, yeah.
no,
we'll
no,
get
we
reaping
did.
After.
So on a 10 or higher key, if you kill the last boss before you hit 100% enemy forces, if at all possible on whatever key you're doing, if you do that, you don't have to do the last reaping wave. Save you a lot of time. Okay? Pro tip.
Pro tip. Dude.
Another pro tip coming up in about 10 seconds.
If you see Sharknado,
If you see Sharknado,
get out.
don't think that you can darkness and blur as a demon hunter. Because trust me, when it falls off, you will. Oh well, no, actually,
you
I survived
just
that one.
survived that. What?
Well, yeah, the next one I stayed in for some reason
You
because
didn't have darkness. The next one, though, right?
no, hyper darkness, but I didn't have blur, and that's the difference.
Oh, okay. You sure you didn't get attacked by a shark? We're gonna check.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't see a shark on me.
Let's see. There, you're not dying. Oh, now you are.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
You
He
got hit
charged
by
through
him.
me.
Okay, yeah.
That's what it was. Well, still, I took a lot of damage standing in the Sharknado.
Yeah, you did.
Sharknado.
And so
TM movie.
at the moment right now, we're upgrading our team. We're getting different classes. So right now with what we have, we had no battle res to actually get Stu yet.
That's right,
That was
and
one of the
it
biggest
almost
things.
cost us a key.
It
Straight up,
almost
my
did.
death almost caused us a key.
It was,
So
it was like one of the biggest problems was just not having that battle res.
Yes.
You know?
So always, if you're trying to build a Mythic Plus team, try to make sure that you have the utilities you need
Yeah.
to effectively run a key.
Because we didn't.
See if you can get a druid or a blood DK to get you a B res.
Yeah. And I really liked my mage. Like I loved playing my mage. But I think with the new comp that we're going, I'm gonna be switching to Elemental Shaman when I could get enough gear.
Yes.
The reason for that is because there's a lot of stuff we could death run, and the death run is like pretty much you pull everything past the part where they would aggro to you. Everybody dies, and then somebody takes the battle res, and then the healer reses everybody else. Well, shamans have reincarnation. If they die once every 30 minutes, they could pretty much res themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so
It's broken.
It's really good for skips. They also have like fear totems. And fear totems will allow you just to like I can't focus when I'm screaming. Fear totems will allow, like for like bosses like on a Tal'Dazar, a Razan, he fears you. So like I could put down a fear totem and nobody gets feared. So we can stay on the boss the whole time. It's really cool. So shamans actually bring a lot more than mages do. So
They do.
that's why I'm switching.
Also, Icaros is switching to a Resto Druid so that we have a battle res.
Yeah.
Also, a consistent one too.
We just finished leveling him up yesterday or today. Was
Yep.
it? Today.
And there you go. We plus
and then
two'd
we
it.
plus 2'd our
And as you see, the reaping wave, it shows like the animation where the sky gets dark and everything, but they don't actually come out.
yeah, because after you've done
It
the
clears.
key, nothing aggroes to you anymore. Nothing fights you. You can't pull anything.
So like right here, we don't have to worry about the walking pack anymore or anything like that. We can just go to the
You
chest.
can just walk through
So it doesn't
nobody
matter.
aggroes.
Yep. So yeah.
And Hunter gets nothing.
Except the Waycrest 13.
That
But
might
yeah.
be videoed also.
Yeah,
The
maybe
Waycrest.
so. Hopefully. Yeah. So this was just kind of like an introduction to M Plus from the eyes of us in very basic terms. So our next videos will probably be a little bit more intensive and
And less tutorially.
tutorially.
Yeah.
You're making up words now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that word.
Okay, sure. Tutorially?
Yeah, this one was just kind of like an introduction, just showing y'all what we do. Every other one after this is probably just gonna be us commentating over whatever we're doing.
Maybe
Not
explaining
really-
our path or whatever.
Yeah, not really telling y'all everything that we're doing or everything that you should be doing. We'll just pretty much explain our path and
Yeah. We may also have like
just commentating about the
shorter
dungeon.
tutorial videos on like certain aspects of M Plus or other things in WoW. You know, maybe if that's what y'all want.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's been an episode of Cool and Stu.
Yep.
I'm cool. He's Stu.
Yeah, what he said.
Later.
Later.
Heyo! Thanks for watching Cool and Stu. I'm Cool, and he's Stu.
Yeah, what he said. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys.
And hit that bell icon for upload notifications.
Check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to check what's going on our channel.
And if you enjoyed our video, go support us on Patreon.
Thanks, guys. Later.
Later.